Right now, 3 separate storm systems are lining up across America like dominoes, and when the first one falls tonight, it is going to trigger a chain reaction of tornadoes, blizzards, and an Arctic blast so deep wind chills will plunge 30 degrees below zero all the way into Texas. If you live anywhere east of the Rockies, the next 7 days could be the most dangerous stretch of weather this entire winter. And I am about to walk you through every single hour of it, city by city, state by state, more than 270 locations, so you know exactly when this hits your front door. But here is what you need to know first. Stay with me until the 5-minute mark, because that is where I break down the second and third storm systems that almost nobody is talking about yet. Those are the ones that could cause the biggest problems. And if you want a personalized forecast for your exact area, drop your city in the comments right now. I read every single one, and I will respond with what is heading your way. So let us start with what is happening right now, tonight, Tuesday evening. The Storm Prediction Center has issued a moderate risk for severe weather across central Illinois and northwestern Indiana. For context, a moderate risk only happens a handful of times each year. This is not a drill. The cities in the direct line of fire include Peoria, Kankakee, Champaign, Bloomington, Decatur, Springfield, Davenport, and the greater Chicago metro area. We are talking about a corridor where temperatures hit 30 degrees above normal today. Parts of Illinois and Indiana saw dew points in the 60s, which is moisture you normally see in late May, not early March. That is jet fuel for tornadoes. Here is the timing, and this is critical. Between 5 and 6 p.m. Central Time tonight, cells are already firing southwest of Chicago. Radar is showing classic supercell structure with hook echoes developing at 22,000 feet. By 7 p.m., these storms intensify rapidly as upper-level winds strengthen. Between 8 and 11 p.m. is the peak danger window for central Illinois, northwestern Indiana, and the Chicago suburbs. The Storm Prediction Center is flagging the potential for EF2 to EF3 tornadoes in this corridor. That means winds up to 165 miles per hour. After midnight, the threat shifts eastward into Michigan, Ohio, and the Tennessee-Kentucky Valley. By 2 to 3 a.m. Wednesday, a massive line of storms with embedded bow echoes will push damaging winds of 60 to 70 miles per hour from Michigan all the way down to Missouri. This will not fully dissipate until 5 or 6 a.m. Now here is the twist that caught even forecasters off guard. Down in Texas, a rare cutoff low-pressure system sitting over northern Mexico is doing something unusual. Instead of getting absorbed into the main jet stream flow, it is staying compact and independent, crossing central Texas into East Texas by tomorrow evening. This is generating its own round of severe weather. Tonight, between 10 p.m. and midnight, a massive line of hail-producing storms will sweep through the Dallas-Fort Worth metroplex. We are talking about hailstones 2 to 3 inches in diameter. That is baseball size. A second wave of storms hits DFW around 3 a.m. Weaker than the first, but still capable of damage. Cities at risk include Dallas, Fort Worth, Abilene, San Angelo, Waco, Austin, Tyler, Shreveport, Little Rock, and the entire I-30 corridor. Do not skip past this next part, because here is where most people get blindsided. While everyone is focused on tonight's tornadoes, storm system number 2 is already building over the Pacific Northwest. By Wednesday night, a ferocious wind event explodes across the northern Rockies. We are talking about gusts of 75 to 90 miles per hour in the higher elevations of Montana, Wyoming, and Colorado. High wind watches stretch from Bismarck, North Dakota, all the way to Spokane, Washington, and down to Casper and Cheyenne, Wyoming, just west of Denver. Here is the timeline. Wednesday night, winds start howling across Washington state and push into the Bitterroot Mountains by 1 a.m. Thursday morning. Thursday becomes an extremely windy day across Montana, Wyoming, Colorado, and the Dakotas. By Thursday night, these winds rip eastward into Minnesota and South Dakota, bringing 50 to 60 mile per hour gusts. Friday, the Ohio Valley and Great Lakes get slammed with gusts reaching 50 to 60 miles per hour. This clipper system also drags down a blanket of snow, not just flurries. We are talking about feet of snow in some locations. Now remember, I told you to stay until the 5-minute mark. Here is why. Storm system number 3 is the one that changes everything. Arriving Sunday into Monday, this is a full-blown Arctic blast, the deepest cold intrusion we have seen this entire season. Multiple weather models, the GFS, the Canadian, and the European, are now in agreement. Temperatures will crash 15 to 20 degrees below average across the eastern two-thirds of the country. Let me give you the numbers. By Monday morning, the freezing line pushes all the way down to northern Alabama, southern Arkansas, and the Red River region of Texas. Wind chills will make it feel like the teens and single digits from the Dakotas to the Ohio Valley. Even Florida will feel this. By Tuesday, the cold pivots directly toward the Sunshine State. Wind chills reach into northern Texas and all the way to the Gulf Coast. Here is the snow forecast for the next 6 days, and these numbers are staggering. The Upper Peninsula of Michigan is looking at 2 to 3 feet of snow. Some models show 3 feet or more near Marquette. The Northern Rockies, 3 to 4 feet in the higher elevations. Northern Wisconsin into Green Bay and beyond, 9 inches or more of accumulation. Minnesota, 2 to 5 inches with heavier totals in the north. Northern Michigan also gets a layer of freezing rain on top of the snow, up to 1/10 of an inch of ice accumulation, which means driving becomes extremely dangerous. Meanwhile, on the opposite end of the spectrum, the Southwest is about to bake. Los Angeles hits 97 degrees by Thursday, 99 on Friday. Palm Springs reaches 101 by Saturday. And here is the record everyone is watching. If Phoenix hits 100 degrees before March 26th, it will set the all-time record for the earliest triple-digit day in the city's history. Current forecasts show Phoenix at 97 on Monday. We are flirting with history. Now let me run through the regional breakdown so nobody gets left out. If you are in the Northeast, tomorrow brings another warm day with 60s and 70s from New York to Boston to Portland, Maine. But enjoy it while it lasts, because by Thursday, temperatures crash into the 30s and 40s. Northern Maine faces a winter storm watch through Wednesday morning with 1 to 3 inches of sleet and 1/4 inch of ice accumulation. If you are in the Southeast, it is scorching. Jacksonville hit 92 degrees today, widespread 80s from the Carolinas to Georgia, but rain moves in Wednesday night into Thursday as a massive storm complex pushes across the deep south and reaches the Carolinas, Georgia, and northern Florida by Thursday afternoon. Temperatures in the lower Mississippi Valley will sit in the upper 50s and 60s tonight, with lows near 70 in some spots. If you are in the Great Lakes, you are getting hit from multiple directions. Winter storm warnings around Marquette with up to 9 inches of snow near the lake. Flood watches extend to the Chicago area tonight, and that wind event Thursday through Friday will bring damaging gusts on top of everything else. If you are in the northern plains, highs near freezing around Grand Forks, while it is 80 degrees just a few hundred miles south in Kansas and Missouri. Winter weather advisories are in effect in the northeast Black Hills with 2 to 4 inches of snow. Sheridan, Wyoming, and the Crow Reservation also under advisories. If you are in the Pacific Northwest, you are sitting in the storm track. Blizzard warnings in the Washington Cascades and Olympic Mountains for Wednesday night above 2,000 feet. The Bitterroots and Lewis Range face winter storm warnings from Wednesday night through Saturday morning with possibly up to 3 feet of snow. Interstate 90 through the Cascades is going to be extremely dangerous. Consider alternate routes if you are traveling cross-country. Now, here is what I need you to remember. After this cold blast passes and we get a brief warm-up, do not put your guard down. Both the European and the GFS models are showing another below-average cold surge arriving late March into early April. The pattern is not done with winter yet. We have been tracking this signal for weeks, and it keeps getting confirmed with every model run. Here is your action plan. Tonight, if you are in Illinois, Indiana, or Texas, have your severe weather plan ready. Know where your safe room is. Charge your devices. These storms will hit hardest after dark when tornadoes are most dangerous. Wednesday through Friday, if you are in the Rockies, Northern Plains, or Great Lakes, prepare for high winds and heavy snow. Secure outdoor items. Have backup power ready. This weekend into Monday, everyone east of the Rockies needs to prepare for the Arctic blast. Protect pipes. Check on elderly neighbors. Make sure pets have warm shelter. Drop your city in the comments, and I will give you a breakdown of exactly what to expect in your area. I am reading every comment and responding as fast as I can. And do not miss the next update because those late March cold signals are developing fast, and I will have the first detailed breakdown of what that means for your city. That video is coming in 48 hours. Make sure you are here for it. One more thing before I go. If you found this helpful, share it with someone you care about who lives in one of these affected areas. Sometimes a simple heads up is the difference between being prepared and being caught off guard. The next 72 hours are going to test a lot of communities across this country. But if you know what is coming and when it is coming, you are already ahead of the game. Stay safe out there, America. This is a